All right, here we go. So you said a few minutes ago you were a haunt actor at one point.
Yes, I was.
So let's talk about that, man. What did you do? Where did you work?
I worked for Nightmare in Painesville in the early-ish mid-'90s. A buddy of mine was like, "Hey, man, what are you doing this weekend? You want to make $2?" And I'm like, $2? Doing what? And he was like, "Oh, yeah, come on up. We're hiring actors." And I was like, "Actors for what?" And he's like, "You want to get covered in blood or not?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." So,
yeah.
So I ended up going out there working a couple weekends, and the pay, it wasn't for the pay. Like the 90s haunted houses were not for the pay.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't even consider it a real job. And it was like, it wasn't even my first job. So I was like, but it was the first job where I was like, man, I get to scare the crap out of people.
Yeah.
And, I had already been an artist for a while and my art was already scaring people. So I was like, this is a perfect example of, me doing something I love. I worked there, and then that was pretty much the only place I think I guest acted one night at Fair Experience.
Okay.
But it was just for fun because I ran the photo booth there too. But Nightmare in Painesville is my only home for acting. It was my very first night. I was a Chucky.
Okay.
After they shut down, this is Nightmare in Painesville got shut down because they had an abortion clinic. That was my very first. They
had an abortion clinic in the haunt?
Yes, they did.
Oh.
They also had like a Vietnam thing.
Oh my God. They're just going after all of it, weren't they?
Yeah, they were a haunt that would set up at the Painesville Fairgrounds for like just for the season. So it was like a build it, tear it down at the end of the season thing.
Oh yeah, I know that.
And every year they tried to like give one like super shocking scene, and it just so happened that the year I worked there was the year that they like tried to go way overboard. And as much as I love pushing the envelope, that all got shut down very quickly. And then it was all over the news and stuff. So they shut it. They didn't shut the haunt down, but they closed down those rooms and routed everybody. And so I got to wear a Chucky mask for the rest of the weekend. But my first job was throwing body parts.
There you go,
baby body parts.